Hi guys, welcome to the vlog. It is Sunday fun day and my voice sounds horrible because allergies are really bad right now. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Andrea Johnson. Welcome to the vlog. I am a Reiki master teacher and practitioner. I work at a spiritual center called Med on the weekends, and I do distant work, energy work out of my house during the week, and then I have a corporate 9 to 5 during the week as well. So, hi if you're new. I just make videos on like energy and try to share information that I learn along the way and my experiences, just life in general, and just try to make high vibe content. Today is Sunday fun day, and if you don't know, if you haven't seen my previous vlogs, I am about to do the Reiki Cleanse. So next week is just all dedicated to teaching Reiki level 3 and master, and then level 1. So I take about a week to prep, and I will teach on Saturday and Sunday. So it is gonna be quite a week. A lot of healing will probably go down. I'm going to do my version of the Reiki Cleanse, and I'm gonna prep for that today, even though like it's really not gonna be a lot. I think what I'm going to end up doing, and I've wanted to do this for a while now, is doing a 3-day fast. My version of it, I'm not gonna just do water. I will probably do like bone broth and celery juice. But the point of it being that I need to clean up my diet. I need to cut cravings. So just like sugar addiction, processed foods, like stuff like that. I just want to take 3 days and detox my body and set me up for smarter choices, because it's really hard to make smarter choices when you are craving, and fasting is literally the forgotten cure. It has helped me out so many times in the past whenever I have found myself picking up bad habits again, my relationship with food, things of that nature. And when I fast, you stop overeating, you actually get back in touch with your body, the hunger cues, you start listening to what your body needs rather than what your mind wants and when you're hungry. So I think that I need that right now, and just the level of discipline that comes with it is very empowering, because you start to realize just how much your mind plays into this. So yeah, we're going to try a 3-day fast. I've done a week before. A week or 5 days was the longest I've ever fasted before, and literally my body felt like a switch had flipped in it. Like I physically felt my cells change. It's really weird. And I did this like back in 2018, so it's been a while. But and I had no really inclination on like spirituality and fasting at that time, but I can see where it plays in. We're just gonna keep it simple. That is the best way to do it. I'm gonna go to Mama Jean's and just get some like teas and like probably pick up some celery juice, because my juicer went to shit. Guys, I tried making celery juice last week and it just did not juice very well. Just do some electrolytes and water for 3 days, and like I said, we're just gonna try it out. But I do not want to go the full 5, because I need to spend like Thursday and Friday. I need to be in a good place mentally to teach, and usually, I mean, I don't want to be delirious. We'll just say that, because fasting can really take a toll on you. So we're gonna be careful with it. I've been getting a request on how I prep my Reiki room, and so I think that would be kind of like a good thing to go over today, and I will show you guys how I do that. So let's go. So I wanted to go over just some of the stuff that I'm going to be using for next week on my cleanse. So even though that I am going to be fasting for 3 days, I still am going to do some things to help me out during this time. So let's go. First off, I have electrolytes. So I do Ultima. I got this at Walmart, and I've just recently been starting to see them at Walmart, so that's kind of cool. But this is by far my favorite brand. It is just very clean. It doesn't have an overload or an overkill of electrolytes. And then I already had this. They're called like these 16-8 little fasting sticks. Basically, it's just like, because I intermittent fast during the day, but I drink these just in my water, and it's more for fun, but it's just got a bunch of electrolytes and like vitamins. So I will do that. And then I also have bone broth. So this is like the instant bone broth. We do that just because like we like to take them to work with us. I have that if I need it. I did get some Kerrygold butter. Now, sometimes like if I'm having trouble sleeping at night, when I've done this fast before, when I've done fasting before, I actually have a very difficult time sleeping. So I'll actually take like a tablespoon of this and eat it, and that helps me fall asleep. I'll do that with ghee as well too. And just in general, like sometimes I feel like I need to be grounded, and so that's what I do before bed. So I did get some celery juice. I only got one bottle because Mama Jean's, where I go and get my health food stuff, they actually have fresh pressed juice for celery juice, and they were out whenever I got there. So, but I got that, so I'll probably end up, if this works out for me, because it does have a lot of electrolytes in it, if I enjoy it, I'll go back and get another one during the week. But then I got this, and I wanted to take shots of, I like taking shots of lemon juice, and so I'll usually juice a lemon. My juicer is not doing well. And this is just lemon, stevia, and cayenne, and I know like it has stevia and it's, you know, got carbs, so it spikes your insulin, whatever, but this is not about insulin or like spiking it or losing weight or anything like that. It's more so about discipline. So, but I do, and just like cleansing, I feel like lemon actually, like, it makes me feel good. So if it's more of a mental thing, then oh well. Along that topic, I'm actually doing apple cider vinegar too. I know this is like a debated topic. Sometimes it bloats me, sometimes it doesn't. Like, and sometimes I don't know. I used to actually do this like every day for, God, so long, guys, so long. If you know me back in the day, like years ago, I used to post this all the time. So I kind of stopped doing it because like the medical medium said it was really bad for you. And so I was like, oh my God, what am I doing? But now I'm starting to realize that everybody's body is different. So not one size fits all. So maybe it did me good, who knows? Oh, one more thing. I got a liquid B12 vitamin complex. So I am gonna just take a couple syringefuls of this in a day, just to make sure that I get, you know, vitamin. So yeah, this is more than just B12. So I will probably be doing this Four Sigmatic cocoa mix at night, just hot chocolate. And then during the day, I do like to drink the Four Sigmatic instant coffee. So it has like 50 milligrams of caffeine. So that, and I really do feel like it helps me like focus. I highly recommend it. And then I will be doing this at night too. I used to be so good at doing my nightly tea and calm. Like I said, guys, if you knew me back in the day, like a couple of years ago, I was like on my game of like healthy teas and supplements, and I just kind of fell off of it. So we're gonna try to use this as motivation to get back on it. So I'm gonna do calm at night before bed with my hot chocolate, and then probably some bone broth. So we're gonna try to make it 3 days, guys. I haven't done a fast, my version of a fast. I have not done a water fast ever. So we will see what happens.
Right on.
Hi guys, what is up? I have been getting requests to go over cleansing routine before I do sessions or any kind of energy work with people. Cleansing the room is definitely part of it. First and foremost, before I even step foot into either Sarametta, which is the spiritual wellness center that I work at, or you say hi? You say hi to the vlog? This is Alistair. Yes. Oh, sweet. Definitely cleansing the room and then your own energy is vital before you even conduct any sort of energy work with anybody. But before I even go to Sarametta, I usually get into a meditative state, not while driving there or anything, but before I go, I will cleanse my energy, I will meditate, I will do like a shower water meditation. Anything that puts me in my heart space, in my center, in my knowing. It cleanses all the energies that maybe I have carried out or carried around with me as far as any kind of stressors from work during the week, anything, you know, that I'm kind of thinking about that is bringing in a form of energy that I don't want. You always have to make sure before you work with anybody that you are a clear channel. And all that really means is you're in your knowing, meaning you are God consciousness. You know whatever happens in the session is meant to happen and you're the pure channel for it. So that's why you have to cleanse your energy. You're basically the epicenter for everything to take place. So before I even go, cleanse my energy, and then I have to set up the room. When I get to Sarametta, I'll start by staging, and I stage every corner of the room. I always make sure to also open up a door or a window. So at home, I open up my window. But I stage every corner of the room, and as I'm staging, I am also saying a prayer in my head. When I do this, I'm calling in my angels that I work with. I'm calling in ascended masters that I work with, meaning like Jesus or Mary Magdalene. So I'm calling those energies in, and I am praying at the same time. I'm setting an intention also for the session. Most of the time, if it's scheduled with somebody, I already kind of know what the intention is, but if it's not, if I really don't know if I'm gonna have a session that day or if I get a walk-in, I usually just have the intention that whatever needs to take place, that it will take place for the highest good of all. Whatever healing needs to take place, I always ask to know what I need to know, to see what I need to see, to hear what I need to hear, and to say what I need to say for the highest good of the client's healing in that moment of time. And when I set that intention, I know that that's what's gonna happen, and there's no doubt in my mind. So I always set that same intention every time, so I know the information that I do get or whatever happens, it's meant to be relayed to the client. So that's just what I do after I set the intention. I just let it. I think she says, "You're talking too much, Mom. You're talking too much." Now, what I do with my selenite wand, selenite's good for cleansing and clearing, guys. That's why I use this thing. I draw out my Reiki symbols and I tone the room, and it's more power behind the intention, and then I actually push it into the wall. So it's kind of like I'm imagining it in my third eye as I'm drawing it, and when I'm pushing it into the wall, I'm imagining it almost echoing throughout the room. And I do every wall, I do the floor, and I do the ceiling. And I'm repeating it either in my head, if there's people around me, kind of like at Sarametta, if there's a lot of people like in the store. But at home or something like that, you can actually speak it. That's what toning is when you're speaking vibrations or energies into the room. So that's exactly what I do with my Reiki symbols. I always do the 3 traditional one, or I do the 2 traditional of Chokurei and Seiheki. And then sometimes I will actually do the distant symbol Hanshaze Shonen, if I say that right. Sometimes I actually do that, and I create almost like this portal between this, even though time and space is, you know, it's an illusion. I create that a portal to a higher dimension that I have already been to, that I'm connected with. So it's just more power behind the intention of when I do this. Nope. She's gonna knock over my sage. So sometimes I'll use the distance symbol to create like a portal to another dimension of where I've been before. We are, you know, connected as multi-dimensional beings. We are connected to other dimensions, and if you're, I think personally that our soul is connected to all of them. Some people will say that, you know, coming back to earth at this time, you're, most of the time, if you're, you know, a higher vibrational being or whatever, you are in a higher dimension and you're channeling those energies here. But I feel like everybody has that capability. Oh my gosh. Obsessed with the string on this thing. She is a goober. Anyway, so sometimes I'll do the distance symbol to create the portal, but not so much anymore. It's just that I know it's there. I'm the person, I'm the center, bringing this energy in to the room. That's kind of what toning is. You're just speaking energies into the room. It's kind of like, if you want to compare it to when somebody walks in a room or a home or something, you know how it feels really nice, like the energy just feels nice, it feels warm, welcoming, or like after you clean your home or something like that, this space just feels nice. And that's kind of the whole idea with this as well, is these certain energies, like these signs and symbols that you use in Reiki, they create a feeling. And it's meant for certain healing. It's a lot of power behind the intention. That's why Reiki is done quite a bit, to be like attuned. Like anybody can use these symbols, but when you're attuned to them, it puts more power behind the intention. And it's just kind of like the cross. If you think of it as a symbol, it's, you know, universally known. The cross is known, you see it, and it invokes a feeling within you. And it's so strong because it's so heavily tied into the human collective consciousness. So it's kind of the same thing with Reiki in the symbols, that these symbols have been used for generations passed down. And so when you use them, you're pulling that power behind, the energy behind everybody else who's ever used them. So it strengthens the power behind the intention. So anyway, that's a little side note. So I will do that, and I will tone every wall, like I said, the floor. And then afterwards, I kind of stand by the bed in the center of the room. Like I'll stand above my bed here, but when I'm in Sarametta, I will stand in the center of the room, and I bring myself right in the center of my knowing. That is when I will get into a meditative state. I will basically be in my heart space. It's basically me coming back into the heart center of, this is my knowing, this is actually the portal of God. This is the best way that I can describe it. It's something that probably is very individualized. It's going to differ from person to person on how we feel, but basically what happens is I just get in my full knowing. I clear out my energies once again, basically in a meditative state, meaning I'm slowing my brain waves down. I'm getting more in tune with the energies. I'm seeing the energy in the room. I'm aware of everything going on pretty much within my body, within what's coming into my field, within my mind. I'm very, very aware, and you want to be in this state as a practitioner because you want to receive the messages. You are going to be stepping into the client's energy, their aura, and you have to know that whatever information you're pulling from it, that it's not your own. And that's where you want to be a clear channel, basically, of just God. So hopefully that makes sense. But that's part of it. That's what I do when I stand, because I've actually had people ask me, like, what are you doing, like, just standing there? Because they've seen it in some of my videos. And so that's what I'm doing. But everybody's different, and probably how they connect, or, you know, stuff like that. And I will actually, in my session, I'll tell my client, I'm going to connect real quick and get in a meditative state before I start. And I stand there for a good, maybe like 15-20 seconds and I slow my brain waves down, and that's all it is. And by doing this, I'm slowing the monkey mind down, and I'm actually seeing everything taking place and being the channel to bring forth the energies that I want to. And it's part of me is connecting to the higher power and bringing forth energies that I know exist in other dimensions. because I've been there. That is how I start, and then I will actually take this and I will put it on the bed, and that's just basically clearing the bed. And I leave this thing there if I have, like, before the session, I do this all before the client gets there, or if they are there, I make them wait until I'm done. But if I don't have a session, I will literally leave this thing on the bed, just wait until I have somebody. So it's just cleansing, and that's exactly what this is for, is cleansing and clearing. And I use this also to end when I end my sessions as well. So that's basically it, guys. I'm sure there's a lot of things that other people do, but that's how I start my session. I will sometimes put oils on my hands that will either help me ground, or I'll put like White Angelica or Joy from Young Living. Those are really high vibrational ones. So that way when I'm working with a client, they actually get some of that benefit too, because they'll end up smelling it on me or my hands just over their chakras during the session. That's how I start. And now that's not the full session. If you guys want me to do step-by-step on how I conduct a entire session from open to close, I can. Like I said, everybody's gonna be different in their style, and I'll be honest, sometimes it really depends on the session itself, on how whatever takes place, how I end, what happens during it. Sometimes leaning more towards calling them energy healing sessions, because I'm using other modalities besides just Reiki. You know, I'm using sound, I'm using oils, I'm using guided meditations. It's just not Reiki, but it's all energy work. So it's kind of all the same thing. Just Reiki is just the act of using the symbols and connecting to Reiki energy, which is the energy. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you got something out of it, got some ideas at least. If you don't do what I do, like, it's not wrong. Don't try to tell me what I do is wrong, because, you know, it works, but it works for me in my sessions. And I'm open to actually, you know, learning more too. I'm always open to new ideas and new things. I'm sure I'm gonna change this routine up at some point. So, but it's working for me right now. Anyways, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this vlog, and I would really enjoy it if you'd give me a like and subscribe. But until the next time, sending you all my light and love. See you guys.